All right, guys, it rained this morning, so you know what that means. It's time to get out in the woods and work in the mud. Got the 755 right here. Got some zip ties so we can put a little bit of a Band-Aid on that hydraulic line. And I am bound and determined, to get this mess 90% done. By 90%, I mean all this stuff is either in that pile or buried. I gotta get this done because I really want to get down that trail. So let's climb up the sky cam. I'll give you a good before shot. We're gonna get this done. I'm motivated, I've got the energy. I don't know, let's do this thing. Here's the before shot. That's us pushing that dirt off around the side. We'll stump there for reference. There's where the fire's burning right there. Step one's the same step it's been in all these other videos that you've watched. Let's find the heat in here. Let's get it pushed in, get this going again. And then we're on to moving that crap. All right? What if I just jam you in this thing? Back here too, maybe. So if you remember in the last video, I pulled this line right here. Up. Pulled out of the bracket. A root got stuck up underneath and just kind of pulled it out and bent it. Now with these metal lines, I could try to bend that back, and I may do that. I may try to do that before I buy a new one. But for today, because I'm afraid that if I try to bend it back, I may break it. Today, I'm just gonna kind of zip tie it up out of the way, get me through today. Then we'll get some parts ordered to get a better look at it and try to get it fixed right. But that's how we're gonna get by today. Right? Right. Good old zip ties. God love them. Biggest thing is we just keep it from hanging so it doesn't catch on anything else. I don't think we'll be as aggressive today, but you know me. Sometimes I just take things personal. The way the dirt looks at me, the way the logs look at me. Sometimes I take it personal. So, probably ought to make sure I get plenty in here. Actually, you know what? It actually came in there pretty good. So, it's not horrible. It's not horrible. It'll get us through today, right? One day at a time. That's the way we gotta do it. All right. Okay. All right. You old turf tires. You old turf tires, they got me today. Yep, they got me today. That's okay. I'm still bound and determined to get something done. I'm not going to let it hold me back. A lot of this stuff I can pick by hand. It's fine. My shoes get better traction than those daggone turf tires. Almost said a different word, but you know, family channel. So we're going to do it by hand, which means I'm going to flip you over to the tripod and we'll start moving around. Well, there. Well, let me climb down from this ladder. All right, so this day's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. The rain just keeps getting heavier and heavier. It's just not quitting. I was so optimistic at the beginning, wasn't I? Like, hey, we're getting 90% done. It doesn't matter if it's muddy. It mattered a lot. Not a good day for the turf tires. All right, guys. I know I look goofy in my hat. Somebody said in the last video, the only thing that hard hat's good for is if you're cutting trees down. It's useless if you're cutting stuff on the ground. Well, I beg to differ. It's keeping the rain off my head, but it's just sprinkling at this point. I almost quit. Oh, it was close. I almost quit, and I was pretty disappointed in myself, but I didn't think I was getting a lot done, and then I watched the time lapse, went inside, edited, watched the time lapse, and realized I was getting a little bit done. Gave me a little bit of hope, not to mention, see the smoke pushing up? So she's cooking good. I got a little bit of time left in the day. You know what? We're gonna get some more done. I'm gonna explain it in just a minute. Well, bad out breast, daggone, this walking's kill me. So let me get up there and I'll tell you what we're doing. So here's the muddy mess. Turf tires are useless here. Right, I'm not even gonna try. I was walking that fine line of, well, I got nothing to do, we'll play in the mud and tearing something up, so we just went ahead and quit on that. Here's what we're gonna do. Like I said, most of this pile is blackened, rotten wood, and a whole lot of dirt. The only exception are these little pieces, these guys on top, and that stump. Let me hop around to the other side. And then the only thing on this side we got left are just these, like 1, 2, 3, like there's 10 random logs in there. And most of these, if I cut them in 3 pieces, I can take them by hand and throw them right on that sucker. Then, listen, mentally, emotionally, I'm done with this pile. I'm ready to move on. It's not you, it's me. Let's get it piled up. Let's get this step done. So while real life Kleeman's down there working in the mud, having a grand old time, I want to take a minute to address a comment that I get quite frequently. And I want you all to know that I completely agree with you, but I don't own a leaf blower anymore. I used to have one. I used to use it. It worked really, really well for burn piles, but I don't have one anymore, so that's why I'm not using one now. I do agree with you. It's a great technique, just not one I have access to at the moment. So the whole reason I've been doing it this way, I work 24-hour shifts at the fire department. I get home from shift, I come out in the woods for 2 or 3 hours, throw all this stuff in the pile, let it smolder down, and then just keep repeating the process when I come off shifts. It's a technique that works great for this big, wet, nasty, corky, punky wood. You just throw it over the coals, let it cook throughout the day, and burn down. See all that? Remember that stump right there. We're gonna go look at that stump. We're gonna get a closer look at this fire. And remember this view right here. All right, so here's the pile from the sky cam side. You can see all the dirt up there. You can see the little oven in there cooking. Huh? Let's go to the other side. Look at it. Look at her going. Now I'm happy. Now I feel like it was worth it. I'm glad I didn't quit. I'm glad I kept going and got it done. Fought the weather. Absolutely worth it, 100%. Here's the stump I wanted you to remember. Some of you will ask why I didn't start a fire on this end so I wouldn't have to move as much stuff. Hopefully you can see now with all that stuff picked out, or a lot of it picked out. This end of the pile is pretty much just dirt. It's just dirt on this end, so I can't really get a fire on that side. That's why I had to pretty much move everything to this end. This is where all the root balls were laying when we put the trees up, and this is kind of where all the tops are at, so that was the good side to burn. And it worked really well. Do have some bigger stuff right here. And whenever it dries out in a day or two, well, it dries out enough to get the tractor down anyway, we'll take that bigger stuff, put it in the tractor loader, throw it on the coals that are left. So here's what I'm super duper excited about. This is it. This is the last full video on this fire. I'm done with this fire. Emotionally, mentally, those might be the same thing, but I'm too tired to tell. I'm done with it. We're bringing the D4G up in a couple weeks to blade off the road that goes back to the YouTube Yacht. So when we do that, we'll use the D4G to push off the rest of this mess. That's it. None of that stuff's worth burning. The bulk of it is burnt and out of the way, which is the goal. So now we can bring the road right on through, and we'll use the dozer to push that off instead of tearing something up on the tractor. Because Because let's face it, I'm kind of flirting with a disaster by trying to use that tractor in this mess. Rip off some more hydraulic lines. I love that tractor. It's a little tractor that could, but sometimes I gotta know my limits and use the right equipment. So we'll use the dozer to finish that off. This is the last full video for this, like I said. But stay tuned. We are gonna do a follow-up in the morning. And in fact, let's just jump to that follow-up. All right, guys, it's about 6:30 in the morning. I know it's pretty low light, but that's because of the rain, and that's a good thing. We needed it. We definitely needed the rain. Got about another inch last night, but let's do a quick update. There's hot coals. Survived the rain. There's a few there. There's a few there. And through the darkness, there's the recording light on the GoPro. All right, so got everything thrown in back there. You can see it all starting to smoke off the coals. It'll take a while, as wet as it is, but that's fine. We'll come back at the end of the day. We'll do one more update. Okay guys, that's it. Everything is thrown together. Obviously, we fought the turf tires, but they got me through just long enough to get everything in. And I'm sure made a good little funny time lapse. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it's great. Had to use my Dirt Perfect hoodie as a towel. That's how much of a mess it is out here, but we are done with that. We are done. Hold on. So, okay, one of the cool things about YouTube is whenever I'm out here and I'm fighting all this stuff, I'm trying to get this project done, I get notifications from you guys, and I just got a notification. It's nice. I get discouraged sometimes, and these little comments you guys leave, and I read them while I'm out here, they really help me going, you know. And this one's from this one is from Keith L. Keith L says, won't 2 burn piles double your progress? I'd say you did your job. Firefighters know how to put out a fire. Put out a fire? This fire's been burning for 10 days. The mud, no equipment, well, turf tires. Can't build a fire. Come on. That was close. Almost lost my cool there. No, seriously though, you guys' comments, they keep me going, especially on days like today. Keith L knows I'm just messing with him. He said he wanted to make the list, so you made it, buddy. But all in good fun. That is where we're at. That's where we're leaving. It's gonna smolder down. Whatever it smolders down to, that means we are officially moving on out the roadway, or what will be a roadway, which is exciting. Also exciting, got notification today that the drone is officially in the mail, headed our way. Hopefully we'll have some new perspectives with some aerial shots. I'm excited about that. I'm excited this mess is pretty much done. Like I said, we'll push it off for the D4G when we get it up here. So considering it went from this and this is where we're at now, and to do that, well, for the most part, burning, we just use the 755 and good old Manpower. I'm pretty happy with the results. If you haven't seen any of the other videos on this, I encourage you to check them out. Here's some info cards and then links in the description. I'm headed back to the house. You know, thanks again for being awesome. You guys are always awesome. Oh God, here I go. I'm getting too sappy. Hey, how about we just do this? Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.